All right, friends, we're back with a new video. We're gonna do a reaction video to JasonBlaha again, man. It's T-Man. We're gonna react to the gym lifting recruiting fitness slave, JasonBlaha. All right, so Blaha says vegans using the term Carnist and other cult-like behavior. Yeah, okay.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this ridiculous thing that vegans do to where they call people carnists. And I wouldn't even really mention this other than I see it in my Facebook feed all the time off my big page, my fitness page. I am just flooded 24/7 with both crazy carnivore and crazy vegan pages for some reason.
Crazy carnivore? So let me see. Mongols are crazy carnivores. Native Indians in Canada and whatever, Canada, United States, whatever. In this North America, South America, they're also crazy carnivores as well. What about Eskimos? Are they crazy carnivores as well, Blaha? What about the people in Yakutia in Russia? Are they crazy carnivores as well? Like, I don't understand. And how about in the past when before we started eating all these artificial foods and engineering them and gardening like little gardeners, when we were hunters, are we crazy carnivores as well? What the fuck is Blaha talking about, man? Is he crazy or something? The whole world is carnivore. Everybody in the entire fucking planet eats meat. If they didn't eat meat, they would fucking die. Like the vegan compilation, you retard. What are you talking about, you turd?
Their algorithms have decided that I need to see these things. So the thing I notice with all of these crazy ass vegans is where they throw around this carnist.
Vegan doesn't exist, dude. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing as vegan.
Like they
Humans are carnivores, you retard.
call everyone else carnist. It's like, okay, let's talk about an example of being a cult. You are part of a cult. That is a standard cult strategy.
Cult? You're part of a cult. Well, I don't know. Vegan, it's a religion or something. A cult, I don't know what the fuck it is.
To where you create your own terminology and you separate yourself from everyone else so much that you have to have like a special name for all
Dude, carnivore is not a diet. It's what humans are. And animals, other animals that eat meat, they're carnivores, okay? Yeah. So omnivore doesn't exist. That's just something you're doing. It's a habit or whatever. Let's just say opportunistic. It's an opportunity to shove something in your mouth. But humans definitely are carnivore. They definitely are carnivore. If they do not eat meat, they will die. You will die. If you do not eat meat, you will die. If you're on a vegan diet, you know what I mean? You will die. See what I mean? And if you don't eat meat, you will die. See? But if you eat meat, you will not die if you eat meat. But if you eat a vegan diet, you will die. Get it? You will die. So it's kind of obvious. We are carnivores. See what I mean? There's the test. That is the test.
believers, right? Okay.
And anyways, we have big brains and we have small stomachs. We have small cecum and stuff. We have high acidic and a very high acidic environment in our stomach, which is carnivore. One of the highest. Carnivore, bro.
And I'm not saying all religions do this. Religious cults do this. To where they need to not only see themselves as morally superior, they need to come up with special names that they feel are slightly derogatory for everyone who is not part of their in-group. So that again, it creates distance from them, right? It creates distance from them. But that is how kooky they are. They're detached from reality with it to where they don't understand. I'm sorry, but this is an intrinsic part of human history and humanity for animal products to be part of our diet, just like plants, just like the carnivores. Oh, no.
No, those plants are engineered. They don't exist in nature. We engineered them. They're not natural for us to eat. We would never eat plants, and anyways, we can't digest plants. Humans can't digest plants. So how the fuck could plants be healthy for you if you can't digest them? See what I mean? That's why they come out in your stool. That's why they come out in your stool. If your stomach is working, the acid in your stomach, here's the problem with milk. When you put milk in there, you neutralize the acid. So it's hard for you to digest your meat. That's why, as an adult, you don't really want to do too much milk. You don't, you understand me? You don't want to neutralize your acid. Okay, so when you eat meat, you have very high acidic environment in your stomach. It dissolves the meat, so there's not really you going to the washroom very often. You don't go to the washroom very often. Very seldom, as a person that just eats meat, which we are, you seldom ever go to the washroom. But you're going to the washroom and farting and shitting all day because you can't digest plants. That's why.
It's like you're insane. You're batshit insane. That is what you
So
are.
yeah, so meat dissolves in your acid, and so the majority of it's being peed out, and then yeah, the rest just goes.
Carnivores. There is no other way to describe their movement. But let's come over to the vegan.
Carnivores, there's nothing to describe their movement. What are you talking about? They simply eliminated. We are all carnivores. We all eat meat, you stupid asshole. You stupid asshole. Listen, we all eat meat on this entire planet. We're eating meat. Everybody. That's what's sustaining us. The whole thing, this, what you say carnivore movement, these people that they say they're carnivore, whatever, they are carnivore. We're all carnivore. The only difference is that you keep eating these artificial foods. They simply eliminated them because they're not necessary. It's just marketing to make money. You don't need to eat them. See what I mean? And if anything, they hinder the absorption of nutrients and a bunch of stuff. So why would you eat them anyways to begin with? Because you want to.
Because really, I don't see them as different. And I know they get offended that you say that. You guys are literally.
Look, if you don't need these plants and everything, right? Listen to this. Listen to what he says. Carnivore is a cult or something. No. If the carnivore, this so-called carnivore community, they've eliminated these plants and they're not dying, their hair's not falling out, their teeth, their pee-pee is not falling out, they're actually healthier being on a pure carnivore diet than eating these crazy plants and everything, then what does that tell you exactly? See what I mean? What does that tell you? Oh, my face cleared up and all my metabolic diseases went away and my hair is growing, my teeth are stronger, not going to the dentist, not going to the doctor anymore, feeling really good and strong. So what does that tell you exactly, your experience? Oh, but vegan compilation, their hair's falling out, teeth are falling out, the pee-pee's not working, they have no energy, no sex drive, nothing, and they're about to die. So what exactly does that tell you? See what I mean? What does that tell you? And then you get people that, the rest of the population, of course, they're carnivores. They're carnivores eating what? Eating plants. They're mixing plants with their diet. And what's going on with them? What's happening with them? Dentists, doctors, pharmacy, health food store, right? They're sick, metabolic diseases, skin diseases, pimples, this, that. They're crippled, whatever. A wide array of stuff. Oh, fatty liver disease, kidney problems, kidney damage. Bro, it never stops. They got to wear glasses. They have bad eyesight, smelly breath. They're shitting and pooping and farting all day. See what I mean?
Identical. There is no difference at all between a vegan and a carnivore. You've just chosen a different.
See, listen to what he says. There's no difference between a vegan and a carnivore. Just bring up the carnivore community. Nobody in carnivore is suffering. If anything, they've gotten better. There's health benefits. They got better. But then you bring up the vegan compilation. They're all falling apart. Their hair's coming out and their teeth are coming out. So it's kind of obvious. Blaha is lying to you. He's a liar. Get it? He wants to destroy you.
Category of food to have a crazy cult built around. Okay, that's it.
The only crazy cult is you, a lifting slave in this fucking prison, you fool. You're a lifting slave. That's a cult. This is a cult, what you're doing. You understand me? And you eating tofu all day. That's cult, dude.
Yeah, exact same mindset. Because it's not about animals. Like it really isn't. You can tell It is about creating a separate situation to where you see yourselves as part of a morally superior group to everyone else. That is the entire.
No, it's not. Absolutely not. They just discovered that they were sick when they ate plants as carnivores. They're not supposed to. And so they eliminated eating these toxic plants. And their body returned to homeostasis, you fool.
Entire point of it. It absolutely is not about animal welfare. You can tell because many of them are even self-admitted sociopaths. Okay?
The vegan community, they're crazy because they're eating fucking toxic plants that make them crazy, shrinking their brain.
No, they hate people. So then they can take that out and pretend to love animals. But the fact is, it is about either having a narcissistic or a sociopathic set of personality traits to where they can differentiate themselves from everyone else as superior. Okay? So they can then look down on other people.
Isn't that what Blaha's doing with powerlifting? He's looking down. His cult of powerlifting is to look down on you, to tell you that you're a weak person. See, you're a natural person. You're not born lifting weights, okay? All right? So he wants to be superior over you. He wants to dominate you. He's injecting steroids. It's a cult. Steroids, drugs to lift a heavy weight. And then he wants to tell you you're not strong. You're not strong if you're not squatting 500, benching 500, doing all these weird things, bro. Get it? Because you want to know why? Because he wants to be superior to you. He wants superiority. Get it?
It's inferior. And that really is what it is. And I'm not even saying there aren't cases where we should do this. I mean, to some extent, don't we do this in the fitness world? But we really don't.
Oh, he just admitted it. Don't we do this in the fitness world where we pretend we're superior to natural people? Okay.
No, because realistically in the fitness world, we may get frustrated with people who choose, an absurdly slothful lifestyle or whatever.
Oh, we get upset with people that choose to live a natural lifestyle. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, Blaha. Yeah.
But it's also a thing of, look, this is incompatible with the way that we live our whole lives, and we know that you would be.
So they should lift these artificial weights, man-made weights that don't exist in nature, right? That's so important. Oh, okay, yeah, sure.
Better for it.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily a moral thing. Always just like, look, man, we'd love it if everyone else trained. You'd be happier and healthier for it. Okay. And most of us take that attitude, but whereas with them, it really is that moral superiority. But that whole, we need a word for everybody else. Carnist. Not even call them omnivores, because really isn't that what the term?
Carnist? Never heard of that, but whatever. Okay.
I mean, if we're going to call someone something, I mean, it'd just be an actual real label. Wouldn't they just...
Like, is Blaha actually this stupid? Like, I know people are stupid out there, but Blaha, he's really stupid, isn't he? Like, this guy's really dumb, man.
Call them omnivores.
Omnivores. Omnivores?
Yeah, they're
omnivores? What's an omnivore? There's no such thing. That doesn't exist. In this world, there's only yin and yang. You understand me? There's only eccentric, concentric. There's only carnivore and herbivore. You understand me? You understand? There's like AC and DC when it comes to energy. There's no such thing in the middle. There's nothing in the middle.
Omnivores, they eat plants and animals.
No.
I mean, that would be the correct nomenclature.
No, those are just things that are around. You're sticking in your mouth, but they're not meant for you.
But then that doesn't work. See, and the argument is, well, we need this so that we can have a derogatory, like almost a slur towards everybody else. Okay, but let's come over to understanding that is cult-like behavior. That is cult-like behavior. Right. We need a slur for everyone else.
So your natural behavior is a cult-like behavior now. Oh, okay.
Right?
So people that don't lift, is that a cult too? They don't lift these man-made weights. Is that a cult too because they're living a natural lifestyle? That must be a cult. Yes. Okay.
Everyone who's not part of our group, our select, morally superior, pure group. Oh. We have to have a derogatory. We need.
Is your group superior, Blaha? Is this considered superior?
sound derogatory. It's important. It's like kind of like dropping the N word. You got to have that little bit of spite. It's got to be just a little bit spiteful. There needs to be some history there, and that's the same thing. This is what we are dealing with. It is them creating an in-group, out-group bias so that they can ostracize themselves, because it's not about making the world better for them. It is about them having a sense of moral superiority.
What country in the world has a moral superiority complex right now? Huh? Who out there has a superiority complex? Well, I don't know. There could be more than one, right? I mean, the ones that are dominating.
That's the whole point of the whole thing. Because we know it doesn't help animals, it save animals. It's not helpful.
What about governments? Do they have a superiority complex, these governments? How about people with money, like Elon Musk and stuff? Do they have a superiority complex?
Because
he has so much money now, he can say whatever the fuck he wants, Elon Musk, right? He can do whatever he wants now because he's the richest man in the world. Money gives you that affordability. He could say whatever he wants and they don't do nothing to him. See what I mean?
Realistically, if they were trying to minimize animal harm, what would they be doing? They would just be eating grass-fed beef. Why? Because then less crops are raised. Like grass-fed beef, for example, you're not having to harvest as much stuff as even the plants are, or the grains. You're not feeding them out on grains.
If you feed them grains, their muscle marbleizes. If you feed cows grains, their muscle marbleizes because it's not their natural diet. So think about this for a second. If you eat grains, because you're a carnivore animal, if you eat grains, what's going to happen to your muscle? Does it marbleize as well? Yes. See what I mean?
Eating cattle that graze in a field. And there's still going to always be death involved with that. That's part of it. There is no way for you to eat food without animals dying. I'm sorry, there's no way to do agriculture of any type without it happening. Their argument, these animals get...
That's why you don't want to eat grain-fed beef either. You don't want to eat grain-fed beef. You want grass-fed beef. You don't want to marbleize your muscle. That'll definitely shorten your lifespan. I mean, it could. I mean, yes, no, yeah, I believe so. Stay away from grains, man. They're really bad for you. And eat grass-fed. It's not natural for cows to eat fucking corn and grains. The best is grass-fed. They're natural food, like a carnivore. The best is to eat your natural food. The more you introduce these so-called artificial foods in a carnivore diet, the worse a carnivore becomes. That's why they have all these health issues. Like Blaha, he's got health issues. But he's trying to exercise himself to good health by burning these foods as whatever, calories or whatever you want to call them.
But all this stuff, and that it creates more. Yeah, or you could just eat grass-fed beef. And then you would have a lower count. If that was really what it was about, but they don't. They'll never be morally or logically consistent because it's a crazy cult. It's not about that. It's about a sense of moral superiority. And again, the terminology reflects that. Okay? The terminology reflects that. That's why they need to, instead of just saying, people who are omnivores, right? No, they've got to make it Carnist.
Again, there's no such thing as omnivore. He's making this stuff up.
It's a complete make-believe word that they have just made up, and you see it nonstop in their circles, like all over their pages and stuff. And what I mean is, when you see it, if you follow fitness stuff, these things come through your feeds and social media, whether you want to see it or not. Unless you literally block those pages, you will eventually just come through. You're going to be forced to see it if you're on social media. I find that's the case because I don't follow a single vegan or carnivore page anywhere. Yet their stuff is in my feeds all the time, every day, 7 days a week. I see it. Okay? But again, they have this complete arrogance and haughty attitude. And
isn't that what Blaha has? A complete arrogance and an attitude? He's one to talk, man.
Then they wonder why no one's interested in their bullshit.
He doesn't know how to listen to me. He doesn't know what builds muscle. All right. I mean, it's kind of obvious what builds muscle. And he doesn't know what his natural diet is as a carnivore animal. Meat, animal products, animal products. He doesn't even know. He doesn't know because at this point, he's so gone as an artificial human.
Well, I don't know because you guys do nothing but lie and belittle other people, right? Tons of lies, tons of manipulation.
Okay.
They make up stuff as they go, provably false facts. They just make it up to fit their agenda.
Isn't that what Blaha does? He makes it up. He's trying to tell you that these things are building muscles. Whatever his exercises are, they're not building muscles. And I don't know. He eats a very artificial diet as well. He started eating more meat because of me. I'm not sure. Who knows? But yeah, he's like, we're always discovering things. If you're close-minded, you can't really discover things, right? We were brought up a certain way. It's hard to break these habits now. You know what I mean? The way we were brought up, what people told us, what we're supposed to do. When you first, like for example, when you first went to the gym, you saw people working out, and you thought, okay, just pull these things. You pull them, and they're supposed to magically build a muscle. And in fact, it never works really that way. That's not exactly the technique you should be doing in the gym to get what you want. A lot of people make that mistake. You understand me? Then you discover that, oh, I'm supposed to be damaging muscle. To build muscle, it has to be damaged. Well, I wasn't feeling these symptoms before, like DOMS. Wow, I never had these before. So when you start moving to what really builds muscle and you discover, you go, oh my God, I did these exercises the other day and I got DOMS, right? And they lasted for a few days. I felt weakness. I couldn't move. It felt really tight. You know what I mean? And then you notice you're a little bit bigger. And you say, oh, okay. And then you do these things again. And then you notice you're getting bigger and stronger all the time. That's how you discover it. See what I mean? You go to the gym with the idea of discovering what will make you bigger and stronger. See? So you're not listening to your senses. And people, here's the thing. The problem is your senses were telling you were getting damaged and you were growing. But the people in the gym told you that DOMS was a bad thing and that you should avoid that. See what I mean? So then you avoid those exercises that cause damage, that will cause growth. And instead you start pumping because they tell you, well, you should get pumped because that's what's going to make you bigger. So I'm not saying that pumping your muscles up with glycogen won't make you bigger. It definitely will. But it'll never grow myofibrillar growth pumping your muscles up, get it? And so that is the mistake that everybody makes. Like Blaha, he's pumping. These are all the things that people do. They don't listen to their senses. They don't listen anymore to anything, dude.
Propaganda. Right?
Propaganda.
Again, as a group, they're liars in general.
They're liars.
And again, it's because it's not about actually helping.
Think about it. If a unique feature of eccentric exercise is that untrained people, when you first come to the gym, right, you're untrained, right? Of course, you're doing eccentric and concentric, but you're getting the eccentric with the concentric, right? So a unique feature of untrained subjects are they get stiff and sore the next day due to what? Muscle damage. Okay, if you're untrained and you got this damage when you first went into the gym, you got this DOMS and everything when you first got into the gym, right? And you noticed you got growth, right? From those DOMS and the damage, the DOMS and everything, right? You call it newbie gains, right? And then all of a sudden you notice that these symptoms are not coming anymore. They reduce. The second time you come in, the third time, they start becoming less and less. But you do notice you got a little bit more gains. But the symptoms got less, you got more gains. And then when the symptoms went away completely and you just kept coming into the gym, there was no longer any DOMS, there was no longer any damage, there was no nothing. And then you notice there's no more gains. So where did the gains come from? Where did the gains come from? They came from the damage. Get it, dude? Hello. And you call them newbie gains. Get it? That's how stupid people are out there. Blaha and all these fitness cult people, they go, That's newbie gains. So again, what is a unique feature of eccentric exercise? Is that untrained subjects become stiff and sore the next day due to what? Muscle damage. Okay, what's a unique feature of trained subjects? What's a unique feature? Think about that for a second. What's a unique feature of trained subjects that do high volume resistance training, coming in often to the gym? They get what? Sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. See that? That's a unique feature. They get pumped. Their muscles get pumped. They get sarcoplasmic. That's right. It's not myofibular growth anymore. Shit. So it's not myofibular growth anymore. Hold on a second. Something happened here. There you go.
Helping or doing anything good, it's about feeling morally superior. That is the whole point of it.
Yes, and that's what Blaha is doing, feeling morally superior. Here's the thing. When I come into the gym and I know what causes damage, which will cause me to get bigger and stronger, I know the specific technique to get bigger and stronger. I know that technique, and that's the technique I always follow. It's like a formula to make money. You learn how to make money. It's a formula, and if you can always follow that formula, and you can always get rich again. Even if you were to lose all your money, if you follow the same formula, it'll get you rich again. Just like going to the gym. Once you discover the formula that will get you bigger and stronger, then all you have to do is come back to the gym, even if you went away for a decade or 2 decades like me. As soon as I go back to the gym, I follow the same formula. And guess what? It makes me bigger and stronger rapidly. You understand me? So what is that formula? It's really simple. I told it to you. I already told it to you in this video, if you were paying attention.
And I'll be more than happy to call them on it.
Yeah.
More than happy to call them on it and not buy into their BS.
He's gonna call us on our BS. Anyways, friends, I'll see you in the next video. Ciao. That was ridiculous, Blaha.